Hello, hello. Good morning, and welcome to Friday, the 24th of July. Hang on, I'm going to wait for it to, no. Mercury is going direct in like 25 minutes. So things are more than likely going to be extremely tricky. Like me, I just posted the words instead of going live. So I'm going to have a double up today. So, okay. So we still have the moon in Scorpio. Louise, I'm over here. Are you there? It's not a post. I mean, I'm still here, Louise. All right. So, like I said, moon is in, oh my God, it's freezing here today, guys, as well. Moon in Scorpio, it's at like 28 degrees. It moves into Sagittarius at 11:07 a.m. So, and like I said, Mercury is very tricky right now. 20, 32, 20, yeah, 25 minutes. Good morning, Joanne. How are you? Oh, awesome. I'm so glad. Okay, calm down. All right, there's a lot of things the moon is doing today as well. All right, so let me read the words first. Friday! Happy Friday, Christy. All right, the hero always walks into danger for some ultimate goal. All right, along the way, they learn to overcome any challenges, gain wisdom, strength, and a new perspective. Consider this, like what we're in right now. Oh, sorry. Good morning, Cara. Good morning, Sam. Consider where we're at right now, the bit where you survived, and now you still need to return home, contemplating all of you what you experienced and what you learned along the way. All right, now for tomorrow's words, I've used Frodo and Bilbo Baggins because for me they are the most relevant hero's journey. But when you look at the heroine's journey, we've got Persephone. Obviously, she lost her innocence. She went into the underworld. She was stolen in the underworld. And Hades tricked her into eating 4 pomegranate seeds, which is why she was in the underworld for 4 months. All right. So, and then there's also Inanna. She's way before Persephone. And then we've got Mulan, Moana, Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. All of these are also archetypes of females that went on the journey and then ultimately had to make their way back through, out, up, like all of the things. All right. So, this configuration is still very much in play because we're still heading towards that full moon, but it's lessened somewhat, okay? And once that moon moves into Sagittarius, you're just going to have that self-fulfilling prophecy potentially. I don't know if that's the right way that I want to put it, but the pieces are in place. You've seen that extremely difficult and uncomfortable phase as something that was crucial, important, and valuable. All right, so first of all, Mercury direct. All right, like I said, 8:57. Now we do have to wait for it to have a stretch, have its coffee. Good morning, Karen. But you have today off. That's so good. And again, Karen, Mercury is now completely just standing there watching everyone having to deal with his shenanigans. So, all right, so first, Mercury direct. Again, give it a couple of days. All right, it is Friday. All right, so I think this is good. You might start, if you're at work, you may see some at least shift in perspective. It might not be the conversation coming out straight away. That might be when you get back to work on Monday, the systems are in a better state to go with the flow. All right, because again, right now, words are hard to come out. Shit is just tricky. All right, so that was the first one. Now we go to where am I? Where's number two? Number two. Okay, so then second, moon into Sagittarius. We're up and out. Good morning, Sally. How are you? Good morning, Susan. Actually, I need to say something about your cards in a minute, Susan. All right, so second, moon into Sagittarius. Third, Moon square nodes, all right, that's at 11:30. So straight away after the moon moves into Sagittarius, so we're looking at philosophy, religion, higher education, higher understanding, you know, that up out of the darkness and the oh type of vibe that happens. All right, so 11:30, something significant that might just give us a fork in the road moment, you know, again, all of the awareness, the moon moving into Sag, things clicking into place, and us going, oh my God, I fucking get it. And we have to like shift perspective. All right, so that's at 11:30. The next one we have is at 1 p.m. All right. So, yes, we're shifting perspective, but we're also making adjustments to the wound. All right. Sagittarius, we're looking at that wound, moon in conjunct Chiron in Taurus. We're like, oh, okay, the adjustments that are required are going to be much easier because you have been through that hard time. You're very much aware of what the sensory experience was when you were in it, if that makes sense. You know, going into Scorpio, it's a soul inner type of vibe. And so you identified that Chiron experience, you know the feeling or you know the pattern, and so you can make adjustments. All right. So that's at 1 p.m. All right. 1:30, moon trine sun. Yay. All right. Moon in Sagittarius, trine the sun in Leo. We have the fire of inspiration really starting to burn. Again, things are making sense. So we're at 1:30 and we're on the up. All right. um, Now, the after that, we've got the between 12 and 8, the moon is sextile Pluto. Again, this is a window of opportunity to seek the clarity and the truth. All right, this would be the conversation that we're having on the way home. It is tricky, it is dark, it is acknowledging the shadows. It's also acknowledging that, oh my God, that thing that was so dark in my mind that I was so scared of, really, once it stepped out of the shadows, it was bright and sparkly and made of gold and diamonds and jewels, and it really was so valuable. So that's between 12 and 8. So it's exact at 8, but again, there's a beautiful window throughout that time. Now at 8:30, again, like I said, there's lots of things happening today. So at 8:30 we have the moon opposition Uranus. All right. So again, with the fact that we're inspired and we're all up in our head and we're seeing things differently, that might just give us that the cue with the shifting perspective that we have. Moon in Sag opposite Uranus in Gemini. Again, there is that's a potentially a life-changing conversation that because of all the other things. All right. Then after that, we have the moon trine Jupiter. That's at 6. Sorry, that's at 10 p.m. So I don't know, that might just be a nice dreams, good sleep. Just again, when you're going to bed now and the moon's in Sagittarius, maybe just ask your guides to, you know, show you specifics in your dreams, or I don't know, to have a dream journal. I don't know, do the work before you go to bed. I don't know, but what's just popped into my head is somebody, I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was one of the things that you sent me, Sally. And this woman asked the universe to put her on the right timeline in the morning. She acknowledged that where she was great, but she asked to be on a different timeline in the morning. I can't remember who it was, but I don't know, that just popped into my head. That sort of work around 10 p.m. or in those later hours. Again, you're just talking to the universe. The moon's in Sag. All right. So, in addition to all of that beautiful stuff, the Mercury is sextile Venus, which is exact at 2 a.m. So this is Mercury now direct with an opportunity to have a rational conversation with those that you love or about how you give and receive love. Good morning, Julie. How are you? So can you see how like all of these things, whilst the pieces are being put into place, the conversation's flowing easily, and yeah, Mercury direct is just allowing things to move forward. Oh, good. I'm glad that's interesting. So, let's draw the card because, that's always going to make it all just, give it that bigger picture. So, yesterday's was victim consciousness. So, how many of you also moved through that yesterday? All right, and I'll tell my little Susan story in a minute as well. All right, so what card will beautifully summarize this day? All right, there we go. There we go. That one. Temptation. Ooh, I like that. Oh, look at I've just really noticed the guy up here in the shadows or in the dark clouds. And what's coming to me intuitively is while we are coming up out of Scorpio and going into Sagittarius, I wonder if those old habits and those old temptations might show themselves, or again with the sensory aspect of the sun square Chiron this morning at 2 a.m. All right, I wonder if, example being addiction, right? You stop your addiction and then it constantly calls you back. You feel yearning to go back to that state of comfort and stability. All right, so maybe it's about just looking at that temptation and going, buddy, you're mansplaining, or, give it back to him. Again, I'm being a little bit brutal, but that is card number 19 as well. Okay. All right, so temptation. Thank you. Where is Louise? I think she's liked the post I did accidentally. And if you're here, please, cheers. Yum. All right, temptation. Life is full of temptations, and right now you are being asked to choose a higher path. You need to prove that you are worthy and important. Your need to prove that you are worthy and important is clouding your true purpose and tempting you to make wrong decisions. Become aware of what is happening in your life right now. Are you feeling bored in a relationship and you're looking for something outside of your partnership instead of being honest and working on the challenges that you are experiencing or moving on? Is there a work opportunity that is tempting you to act without integrity in order to get ahead? Are you using money as an excuse not to follow your heart? This card asks you to focus on the bigger picture and be honest with yourself and take the higher path. Another opportunity that is much grander than what you have imagined is on its way. So just be open to it and allow it into your life. All right, so the action is to give yourself 5 minutes of uninterrupted time and write down what areas of your life you are being tempted in. Again, so this is that whole when you are in a yearning or when you are in a moment where you're like, I'm just going to go do it. It'll be totally fine. I'll start again tomorrow. All right, so that's where you go and you journal, or you do that deep breathing, or you just, I don't know, go punch shit. That's always one that I love with women, because we have been so suppressed for so long that we just tend to people please and like girl it down. And I'm just calling bullshit on that right now. Okay. So rub your hands together, imagine a ray of light, blah, blah, blah. Where is Lilith? Because she's absolutely activating me right now. I've been quite savage with a few ladies recently. So she's at 18 degrees of Sagittarius. No, she's at 18 degrees of Sagittarius. So again, with the higher awareness that is coming through for everybody. All right. So the low level stuff, which is Scorpio, should pass by that, by that 1107 when it moves into Sag. But again, actually, I even missed another one. Neptune is sextile Pluto today at 12 p.m. So here's where Neptune in Aries, all right, that, that belief and that spirituality and that delusional state of in Aries, I am retrograde, I believe this about myself, is sextile to Pluto in Aquarius retrograde again. So this is like an internal little opportunity to hear both sides of the battle. What do I believe versus what do I need to do to transform or transmute this energy? All right. So again, lots of moon stuff today. Lots of, you know, square node in conjunct Chiron, opposition Uranus, sextile Pluto, like all of the basket stuff, but at least it's in mostly in Sag, all right? So you can be like, oh, and it's going to be amazing. Opposite your sun. There's lots of things to look at then, isn't there, Karen? That I like that. I like that. So that's me, guys. Um, I don't know whether I'll be on tomorrow morning or not. Oh, yeah, sorry. Susan. Susan. Yesterday, all right, so we have lived at the bunker for 5.5 years ish. All right. Yesterday was the first time that I saw a pair of platypus in my pond. A pair of them. So Deb and I were walking, and so Susan says, independence. Platypus offers vulnerable living. Sorry, platypus appears vulnerable, living her independent life, but she knows how to protect herself. So do you. All right. So, and also last week or the week before when I was at the sauna, which we're going to today, there was also a platypus that I'd seen. And I think that was the second time in the wild that I had seen a platypus. So now platypus are just everywhere. So, I'm not quite sure whether they've always been there or whether they got washed into there because we've had some pretty full-on water stuff happening. So I don't know. It was just a magical moment, and it was absolutely perfect for the lovely Miss Deb, who is going through exactly this. So the universe was definitely talking, and I just felt grateful to go and witness it. I've been down there twice more now to see them, and I'm like, come on, guys, you need to show me again. I know, so exciting. So yeah, now I'm going, ladies. Arrived when needed, exactly arrived when needed. So don't be led into temptation, or at least acknowledge that temptation. All right. So, mwah, my love to you guys. Like I said, tomorrow might be I'm here. Tomorrow might not be. I'm not quite sure. So, with that, I love you all. Mwah. See you soon.